Hello, my name is Lucas. This is a bit of lit. I'm here to talk about Castle in the Sky by Diana Wynne Jones, covering the sticker, because it says where I work, because I got this from work. It is a companion to Howl's Moving Castle, and it is the second one in the series. It was released in 1990, Howl's Moving Castle in the 80s, 1986, I think. And I've also read the House of Many Doors, I think it is, which is the third piece and is more of a sequel to Howl's Moving Castle than this book, which came out in 2008. Made videos for the other two, and I'm here to talk about this. It's pretty good. I mean, it's quite a sort of comfortable read, very easy, not too challenging in a way. I mean, there are definitely some interesting things you could think about that it is pushing through. For example, Flower in the Night and her treatment and expectations of her and how the men in her life treat her. I mean, that would be of interest. But unlike some of the other things I've been reading lately, Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison, for example, it's not as challenging and not talking about as many heavy topics. So, in that way, it's quite nice, very comfortable in that respect. Nothing wrong with that. Trying to read a little bit more middle grade just to have a little bit of a palate cleanser. Also, be able to talk to my students about some books that they might be reading. I have to dig into Wings of Fire. I've been told this is very, very popular. But this is not Wings of Fire. This is Castle in the Air. So let's actually talk about it, shall we? Okay. There's this boy, Abdullah. He is a merchant, and he comes across a magic carpet. Okay. Very cool, very exciting. It feels very much like Aladdin, actually. It is different, of course, but it feels a lot like the story of Aladdin. Abdullah gets this magic carpet from this mysterious guy without clear instructions on how to use the magic of it to take you anywhere that you want to go. It ends up taking him to Flower in the Night, who is the daughter of, like, the Sultan or whatever, and there's a prophecy that she will marry the first man that she meets outside of her father. So her father has done everything in his power to shield her and hide her away from men. So she takes him for a woman, and they have a really great dynamic early on when they meet. He goes out of his way to prove that he's a man by coming again with more portraits of men, and then they decide to get married. Sultan finds out, and we've got a lot of trouble because all of a sudden Flower in the Night is gone. She's been taken by a jinn, and Abdullah needs to escape with his life to survive. And he goes to Ingari on the carpet, and he meets a whole bunch of different characters, a genie in a bottle that grants a wish once a day. Even though you can request it to give you a wish early, which I didn't particularly like. I just feel like you're just making things happen so that they can happen now. But I digress. There are certainly some consequences to these wishes, so it's okay, I suppose. Comes across some cats too that are very important, and also a soldier that is from a country that has been taken over recently. And they all come together. We find out that the cats are actually Sophie Pendragon, who is Howl's wife, and Morgan, the child. They find out, and the genie is, of course, Howl, which you find out a little bit later, once he's wished free, because we have a happy ending here, of course, okay? Let's see, what else happens? Okay, right after that, yes, they find out that there's a castle in the air where the jinns have all the princesses, because lots more princesses other than Flower in the Night are missing. Now I'm really paranoid that I'm calling her the wrong name. And I just read this book. Is it Flower in the Night? I've been saying it so many times now it doesn't sound real. Anyway, and there are two djinns there, or djinns, and one of them is under the command of the other. They are brothers, and the one who's doing all the dark, evil bidding of the other actually doesn't want to do any of it, and they all have to, our heroes have to fight against them to save the day and save the princesses and let Howl free. And that happens, and yeah, pretty good book, I guess, you know. Not really my sort of thing, but quite comfortable to read. So, cool. Thank you.